Hi, this is Eric Norman, and this is my presentation under Network Essentials for my hardware class, and I chose fiber optics. Fiber optics are simply a strand of glass or plastic used to contain light signals. Over the past decades, these strands have come to be incorporated into a variety of applications in many different fields, from home lighting and theater decorations to, more importantly, telecommunications. What is fiber optics? Definition: a fiber optic cable is a network cable that contains strands of glass fibers inside the insulated casing. The glass strands are as thin as a human hair. The cables carry digital information over long distance and very high bandwidth. How fiber optics works: a fiber optics wire consists of a core made of grating index glass, a cladding which reflects the light back into the core, and an outer coating from protects the core and cladding. All of this is placed in a single jacket. Examples of use of fiber cables: these areas in the world, they use fiber optics. For example, medical, used as lighting guides, imaging tools, and also as laser or surgeries. Defense, government, wiring in aircraft, submarines, and other vehicles. Data storage, used for data transmission and broadcasts. Cat5, it's using fiber optic cables to wiring Cat5 HD internet video on demand. How and where effects. How are fiber optics cables used? They are used. Cables can be plugged into communications equipment and patch panels to provide a physical connection to a network or device. Where fiber optics cable used? Fiber optics cables are used by communications, business, government, military, and many industries, from myriad applications avoiding the transmission of voice, video, and data. Facts: fiber optic cables carry communication signals using pulse of light, more expensive than regular cables. Example, Cat5. Fiber optic cables are increasingly being used instead of transitional copper cables. Standard colors. These are standard colors for an optic cable. For cables that consist of more than 12 strands, the color code repeats itself. Each group of 12 strands is identified from some other means. Here the single mode and multi-mode. Single mode has a small core, less dispersion, has a long distance up to 3 kilometers, and a multi-mode, large core than single mode, allows greater dispense and therefore loss of signal. It sounds like single mode is better to go for. It's more used as a superline. It doesn't lose its signal, but multi-mode is kind of iffy. Here are some fiber optic signals I made for the multi-mode. This is a step index and a graded index for the multi-mode, and then what the single mode looks like. These are the signals that go through the lines. Layers: we have jacket, buffer coating, cladding, and core. Okay, and then the cladding, the layer of the optic glass, that transparent material surrounding the light carrying core of an optic fiber. Buffing coating. Coating is sometimes referred as a buffer or as a buffer coating. This coating, usually made from plastic, provides the necessary mechanical protection of the bare fiber optics. The core is a central part of the optical fiber that provides a transmission region for an optical signal, and then the jacket is also known as the cable sheath, an outside covering of the cable assembly manufactured of some form of protective material. And that's the end of my presentation for fiber optics.